Ever pondered how one decision can shift the balance of power across the globe? Let's turn the clock back to the reign of Catherine the Great, a period of grandeur and expansion in Russian history. Now, imagine the year 1783, when Catherine's decision to annex Crimea sent ripples through the political landscape. What were the ramifications of this bold move? How did it shape Russia's influence in Europe? In today's deep dive, we'll explore the sequence of events leading to the annexation of Crimea in 1783 under Catherine the Great. Before we delve into the annexation, it's crucial to understand the woman behind the decision. Catherine the Great, born Sophie of Anhalt-Zerbst, was a minor German princess who ascended to the Russian throne through strategic marriage and eventually a coup d'état. She was a woman of ambition and intellect, who saw in Russia an untapped potential for greatness. When her husband Peter III proved to be an inept and unpopular ruler, Catherine seized the opportunity to take power. With the support of the military and the court, she overthrew Peter in a bloodless coup, declaring herself Empress of Russia in 1762. Her early reign was marked by a series of reforms aimed at modernizing Russia and strengthening its position on the global stage. She introduced new legal codes, supported the arts, and embarked on a program of westernization. But Catherine's ambitions didn't stop at domestic improvements. She had her eyes set on expansion, driven by a vision of Russia as a great European power. She knew that, to achieve this, she needed to secure strategic territories and assert Russian influence in key regions. This mindset, coupled with her strong will and political savvy, laid the groundwork for a series of territorial acquisitions that would significantly alter the landscape of Europe. Catherine's reign was marked by a desire for expansion, a trait that would play a pivotal role in the annexation of Crimea. To comprehend the full impact of the annexation, we must first grasp the strategic importance of Crimea. Picture a peninsula jutting out into the Black Sea, straddling the narrow strait connecting it to the larger world beyond. This is Crimea, a land of astounding geographic significance, a crossroads of cultures and civilizations, and a stage where the drama of power dynamics has played out for centuries. The Black Sea surrounding Crimea on three sides has been a coveted prize for empires since time immemorial. The sea served as a crucial trade route, linking east and west, north and south. It was a gateway to the Mediterranean, a passage to the resources of the Middle East, and a conduit to the riches of Asia. Control over Crimea meant control over this vital artery of commerce and communication, but Crimea's importance extended beyond its geographic location. It was also a region rich in resources. The fertile soil of its steppe lands, the vineyards of its southern coast, and the fisheries of its coastal waters offered abundant bounty. For Russia, an empire expanding and industrializing, these resources were a tempting lure. Moreover, the peninsula's strategic position made it a formidable military asset. Its location allowed control over the maritime traffic in the Black Sea, offering a potential base for naval power projection. The highlands offered natural defenses, making the peninsula a tough nut to crack for any would-be invader. And let's not forget the symbolic value. To control Crimea was to have a foothold in the Black Sea, a statement of power and influence that would echo across the European landscape. It was a statement that Russia was no longer a peripheral player but a central actor in the chess game of European politics. With these potential gains, Crimea was a jewel worth the risk for Catherine the Great. Now let's delve into the heart of the matter, the annexation of Crimea. The year was 1774, and the Russo-Turkish War was drawing to a close. The Treaty of Kukuk-Kaynarka was signed, and Russia was granted the right to protect Christian subjects of the Ottoman Empire. This served as a pretext for Catherine the Great, the Russian empress, to intervene in the affairs of Crimea, which was then a semi-autonomous vassal state of the Ottoman Empire. Catherine, ever the cunning strategist, had her eye on Crimea for years. The region's strategic location on the Black Sea made it an enticing prospect for the Russian Empire, which was keen on expanding its influence in the region. She saw an opportunity and seized it, initiating a series of events that would lead to the annexation of Crimea. A pro-Russian puppet leader, Sanjire, was installed in Crimea, but his rule was unpopular and short-lived. His violent attempts to suppress opposition led to revolts, providing Catherine with the excuse she needed to send in Russian troops under the pretense of restoring order. The military campaign was swift and decisive. Russian forces under the command of General Alexander Suvorov quelled the resistance and took control of the Crimean Peninsula. The annexation was formalized on April 8, 1783, when Catherine issued a manifesto proclaiming Crimea as an integral part of the Russian Empire. The annexation was a masterstroke of geopolitical strategy. Not only did it significantly expand Russian territory, but it also gave Russia control over the Black Sea, opening up new trade routes and cementing Russia's position as a major European power. It was a move that would have far-reaching implications, not just for the people of Crimea, but for the balance of power in Europe. So, what started as a puppet regime and a series of revolts, ended with the annexation of a strategically vital peninsula. A bold move by a bold ruler, it was a testament to Catherine's strategic acumen and her determination to expand the Russian Empire. In 1783, Crimea was annexed, marking a significant expansion of Russian territory. With the annexation complete, the landscape of power in Europe was forever changed. The repercussions of this monumental event were far-reaching, not just for Russia, but for the entire European continent. The annexation of Crimea was a masterstroke in Catherine the Great's strategic game of chess. It not only expanded Russia's territory, but also its influence over the Black Sea region. This new geographical advantage presented Russia with a direct access to warm water ports, a prized asset that would fuel its naval ambitions and bolster its military power. But the ripples of this geopolitical move extended beyond military gains. With Crimea under its belt, Russia now had a stronger hand in the political arena of Europe. The balance of power had been shifted, and Russia emerged as a formidable player on the European stage. The annexation also saw Russia's economy bolstered by Crimea's agricultural wealth and its position as a trade hub. While Russia basked in its newfound power and prosperity, the annexation sent shockwaves through the rest of Europe. The move was seen as a clear signal of Russia's growing ambitions and its willingness to assert its dominance. This led to a recalibration of alliances and power dynamics among European nations, many of whom were wary of Russia's expanding influence. The long-term implications of the annexation were profound. It set the stage for Russia's transformation into a global power, a status it continues to hold to this day. The annexation marked a turning point in Russia's history, ushering in a new era of expansion and influence that would shape its future trajectory. In retrospect, the annexation of Crimea was not just a territorial gain, but a strategic move that cemented Russia's place in the European power matrix. It was a testament to Catherine the Great's vision and her astute understanding of geopolitics. The annexation of Crimea under Catherine the Great's reign was a game-changer, establishing Russia as a formidable force in Europe. This move, driven by ambition and strategic foresight, forever changed the course of European history. We've traversed a pivotal moment in history, examining the annexation of Crimea under Catherine the Great. As we've journeyed through the annals of time, we've painted a picture of a woman of ambition, a leader determined to expand her empire and leave an indelible mark on history. Catherine the Great was not just a ruler, she was a visionary. Her ambitions were not confined to her court or even her country. She sought to extend her sphere of influence, and she saw Crimea as the key to achieving this goal. The strategic importance of this peninsula, with its access to the warm waters of the Black Sea, was not lost on Catherine. She understood the geopolitical implications and the potential it held for Russia's future. The annexation was not a random act of aggression, it was a calculated move, a strategic play in the grand game of European politics. It was a statement, a declaration that Russia was not just a player, but a force to be reckoned with. The annexation of Crimea marked a shift in power dynamics, extending Russia's reach into the heart of Europe and cementing its place as a significant player on the global stage. But every action has its consequences, and the annexation was no different. The ripple effects were felt far beyond the borders of Russia. It altered the balance of power in Europe, setting off a chain of events that would shape the course of history. The implications were profound and far-reaching, affecting not just Russia, but the broader European landscape. In the grand chessboard of history, Catherine the Great's move to annex Crimea was a checkmate that reshaped the future of Russia and Europe. It was a bold move, a daring gambit that paid off, securing Russia's position as a powerhouse in Europe and altering the course of history. It is a testament to Catherine's foresight and strategic acumen, a chapter in history that continues to reverberate today.